everybody, and welcome back to the show. Lost Latvian here with the season ending. Season 2 is over, and this is the award ceremony video. Yes, award ceremony where I'm gonna hand out two awards for various things, and this one is gonna be the Stunner Award. I didn't have anything better, but this freaking thing is a stunner to me. So this is gonna be the Stunner. This guy, though, this is gonna be the Chimney Edition. So check him out. Look who he is. This guy lost his marbles a while back. So this one is a Chimney Award. This one is a Stunner Award. So before we start this show, I really want to say thank you to every single one of you who have watched my show last year, who have watched this year, and thank you for all your support, for all the subscriptions and everything like that. And yeah, I have actually prepared for this show. I sat down. I took actually a day off today. Today's a Friday 29th, I believe. So I specifically reserved this day off. So nobody's at home, just me and Bella. I can collect my thoughts, and we can record this show. So earlier on, I just kind of laid out what I want to talk about today, all these awards and everything like that. So yeah, I came here prepared. Seriously, yes, for the first time I actually prepared for the show, because otherwise I just like to rock and roll, and I don't like too much editing. I show it how it is. And but this one is actually, I thought about it, throughout the last week, how I want to do it, what I'm going to be talking about. So yeah, let's just start the show, but what kind of season-ending show is without a little celebration, and since I'm not a big drinker, I used to down the beers, like 15 years ago, and yeah, I stopped all that crap, as I got older. I was like, man, I don't want to get hungover, anymore. So for you guys, who just celebrated the New Year's Eve, like hopefully you got some good menudo right now, because it's January 1st. Some of you may be hungover or whatnot. So get something in your bellies, and feel better. Or, do this. I'm going to pop this little champagne, this Prosecco. I bought a long time ago. I like mimosas, believe it or not, and so I bought this little guy, and then I was like, man, you know what? I don't want to make a mimosa right now. I'm just going to drink the champagne, to celebrate another year behind us, where we looked and talked about lots of fitted hats and stuff like that. And then let's just open up this bottle here live, so to speak, and what can go wrong, right? The worst fucking part could be like that this guy explodes on me, the cork comes off, man, and I spill shit all over the place on my hat, and that would be freaking pretty terrible. So yeah, look, I peeled this shit off, and let's see. Oh shit. So here we go. Hopefully it's not gonna go as the bang. I don't think so. This is actually just a screwed cork. And so let's just pour this bubbly drink. Oh man. Let's celebrate, my friends. The season 2 is over, and we have a very good reason to have a glass of champagne, So first of all, guys, yeah, Happy New Year's, Happy New Year's to all of you. Hopefully you guys are all healthy, and everything is good in your house, Family life is great, that you guys have no problems, nothing crazy going on. So I really, really wish you all the best, and let's take a sip, cha-ching, to all of your health, all of your prosperity, and all the best one can have, in this world. So cheers, man, from Lost Latvian to you guys. This fucking thing is actually awesome, I love champagne. This is a good Prosecco. And yeah, now when that's out of the way, let me grab my list, and let's start the show. And the first category we're gonna talk about, and the first stunner award, we're gonna talk about the best fitted hat store, and then my 3 nominations for this year are gonna be these 3 stores, The first nomination is gonna be Anthem Shop up in Canada. I know that some people may not like them or whatnot, but I'm not them, And bear in mind, my awards go out based on my experience, not what the community, not what the streets are talking, I can only talk about my experiences, the way I have been treated, and my interactions with the stores and whatnot. I'm going to burp. Good Lord. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, guys, when you watch the show, and I've always emphasized this one, like I'm in a no fucking way any kind of influencer, I'm a hat collector. I talk about my experiences, my journey, I share with you people, and that's all I'm basing it off of, like my experience, So if somebody told you something otherwise, like it's up to you. I'm here to provide you the information, my views, and my experience, and that's all it is, So if you disagree with me, then disagree and politely. Don't slap that thumbs down thing, like one troll does every fucking time, like, you know, actually do whatever you want, but it's like, like I'm not an influencer, I'm a hat collector, So I want you to understand that. So yeah, so my first nomination for the best fitted hat store is Anthem Shop up in Canada. My second one, second favorite store, it's in no particular order. I nominate Hat Dreams. That store's been solid this year. I've copped tons of hats out of there. I like who they are. I like their hats. So yeah, that would be my second nomination. The third nomination is gonna be Topper Store, and I actually combine both stores, USA, Topper Store USA, and Topper Store Europe. So I combine them together, Topper Store as a brand, And so yeah, the first award, like I just thought about it long and hard, and this is not gonna be huge surprise for you guys, how I feel about one specific store, and what they have done to me, for me, So out of these 3 nominations, the Stunner Award, the first ever Stunner Award, goes to Topper Store. There you go, my friends. You guys receive the Stunner Award from the Lost Latvian, if that means anything, Your store's been the best, in my opinion, I have interacted with the Topper Store USA for the most part. Early in the year, I did cop hats from Topper Store Europe as well. I got caps on order right now from them, but as a brand, as a Topper Store, brand combined together. So that is my best hat store of the year. So congratulations, guys. This fucking stunner is going to you guys, That's my first award, first nomination, best hat store of 2023 Topper Store. Okay, that's out of the way. So now, since we know which one is the hat of the year, the store of the year, obviously there's going to be some kind of crappy stores as well, right? And so now we're going to the Chimney Award, to this guy, So, and I don't call the shittiest store, but like the weakest hat store, you know, that the stores have great potential, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm not running you guys in the ground, you know, it's more like an encouragement, you know, for you guys to do better, you know. And so my first nomination is, you know, the main store, the New Era store, you know, you guys, everything is on your guys' shoulders, you know, but sometimes I'm just amazed of the crap you guys put out, you know, like you don't have a designers or whatever the deal is, you know. Most of your creations are kind of shitty, you know, and that's my opinion. So my next nomination is the ECAP City, you know, those young kids, you know, I mean, they're trying very hard, you know, but there are only few hats I like throughout the year. You know, I don't think they are that great. You know, I just don't like what that store does. You know, like those designs, what they're coming up with, they try to stay with the trends and stuff like that, but it just it's just not working for me. You know, if it works for you, good. You know, for me, no, it falls in this freaking chimney award kind of section. You know, and then the third nomination is no other than Kapland. You know what, man? I'm a Padres fan. You know, I'm a San Diego Padres fan, and it hurts that the store, which is actually located in San Diego, actually falls in this freaking chimney award category. You know, so you guys can do so much better. I don't know what the hell is wrong. You know, there are so many, you know, like crap hats. In my opinion, you guys can't even make the good Padres cap. You know, and it freaking hurts. But I think you can guys do better, way better. So the first ever chimney award out of these stores gonna go to, drum roll, Kapland. Sorry, guys. Sorry. You know, I just do not see copying from you guys. Your hats are kind of on an expensive side. The price is coming down compared to what it was last year, but these non-stop kind of fails, in my opinion, what you guys producing, man. Like I can't believe, you know, week in, week out, I see all these variations on Padres, man, and none of them are good, you know, not in my opinion. So I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, Kapland, here's your chimney award, you know, and I hope that when the next year comes around, you guys not gonna get nominated again. So chimney award to Kapland. Alrighty, so let's roll on, you know, and the second nomination, you know, or the third actually, gonna go, the nomination, the name is Discovery of the Year, you know, what I mean by that is like which store has have surprised me the most, you know, store where I did not usually cop the caps from. The store which kind of stood out for me was like a new discovery for me, where I was like, wow, you know, this store actually is doing great, you know. And so the first nomination for under this category gonna go to the Still store up in Canada. You know, I do pay attention to what the guy is doing up there. I think he's making decent caps. You know, and I bought quite a few caps from him. So I think it's a solid store. You know, and I'm looking forward to 2024 and see what you guys can make, and I'll be your guest and then spend my money, spend my hard-earned dollars at your store. So the next store I nominate is Prosody out in California. You know, I did not know nothing about that store until Snap got involved, you know, and rolled out his collaborations with the store, you know, and it was a nice surprise to me. I actually like quite a few hats, you know. Honestly, I only copped one from them. I'm kind of like, you know, like going back and forth. But I think it's a solid store. So you guys, if you want a solid hats, you know, check them out as well. And then the third store is kind of a local store to me. It's a Pro Image Sports Colorado, you know. I've actually been to the store myself. I drove one time up to Wyoming, checked out their store. Then I was in Greeley store here in Colorado. Then I was at Flatirons Mall here in Broomfield in Colorado. I cannot tell that the staff is the friendliest here in Colorado. You know, Greeley store is okay. Greeley store, there's nothing wrong with the people who work there. People who work at the mall here, you know, I would fucking fire every single one of them, you know. They're not polite young persons, you know. They're very pushy, you know, of their opinions, and they're just like acting like a fucking fools, man, you know. If that's cool for a young kid, you know, to pretend that you are somebody, you know, that it's not cool for me. I just don't enjoy going there, you know, to that particular store. But anywho, I discovered that store this year, you know, and I like, you know, their collaboration with Leon from the lab, you know, and he's pumping out some stunners, you know, and so I like what they're doing, you know. I just don't like the store staff. However, the store up in Wyoming, you know, those were most polite people who worked at that store. You know, I had a great interaction with the store manager. You know, they were not pushy. They knew how to interact with people. You know, and yeah, it was an awesome experience. You know, not down here, man. Not in Denver area. You know, like that mall store, man. They suck, man. Every single one who works there. Anyway, so yeah, those were the discovery of the year. You know, and the Stunner Award. I'm gonna award to. I have to do it. Pro Image Sports Colorado. You know, overall, that store has been a huge surprise for me. You know, was the quality of hats they have. You know, and the biggest thanks is goes to Leon. You know, his collaborations. I mean, those are the ones which stand out. You know, and because of that nice interaction at the store in Wyoming, you know, and amount of hats I have copped from them, you know, this award goes to you guys, Pro Image Sports Colorado. Overall, just fix the freaking staff in the Broomfield store, you know. So yeah, here you go. That's my award. The Stunner Award goes to Pro Image Sports Colorado. So now the next nomination is gonna go for it's gonna be a Stunner Award for the best customer service. You know, best customer service. And I have three nominees. You know, number one is the Anthem Shop up in Canada, then Hat Dreams, and then Topper Store US of A. Not the Topper Store as a brand, because I really have not had any much interaction with the Topper Store Europe, but 99% of times I've interacted with the Topper Store USA. So those three stores, yeah, Topper Store USA, Anthem Shop, and Hat Dreams. Along the way, you know, in 2024, I interacted with all three of them. All three store owners, you know, were very welcoming, and if there was any kind of issue or whatnot, it was quickly resolved. And yeah, I mean, I got no complaints, you know, so that's why these three stores actually ended up on this list. And but since there could be only one winner, because there's only one trophy here, you know, the Stunner Award goes to Topper Store USA again. Anna, Pierre, man, you guys are fucking awesome. I cannot express how easy it is to work with you guys. You are there for the customer 100%. There's nothing I can even compare, you know, to, you know, like you're just a class of your own, you know, like you're so far ahead of everybody else. Yeah, I mean, there's like a light years ahead of everybody else as far as the customer service goes. So, well-deserved Stunner Award goes to Topper Store USA for the best customer service. So now there's got to be a chimney award, you know. And for those of you who have watched me throughout this year, there's only one store what can be nominated, you know. Yeah, I mean, here it is. This award goes to you, my fitteds. Yes, my fitted store in New Jersey, particularly. You know, that's who I dealt with, not the one up in Buffalo, but as a brand, as the My Fitteds. You guys absolutely shit your pants this year as far as the customer service go. It's the worst customer service I have received in years. You know, especially after the last year I spent so much money at your fucking place, and then the one time where there was an issue, you know, you guys treated me like a piece of shit, you know. It took me over a month to get my money back, you know, and that's not the biggest thing, you know. I just hope that you guys could have a conversation, an open-minded conversation, and understand me where I was coming from. So you guys mishandled me, you know. Therefore, this chimney award is well deserved, you know. And just a quick note, you ain't gonna see a fucking penny from me anymore, you know. So sorry guys, you know, you guys blew this one. Your designer, John Jay, might be a genius, you know, but he does not know how to run the store, or he's completely out of touch with the employees he has. Uh, Big thumbs down. Yep. So fuck. Go guys, far away from me. You know, you ain't getting a fucking penny. So here's my chimney award to you guys, my fitteds. All right, now to the more happy things, you know. Let's talk about the trends of the year. So, in my opinion, there were four which stood out the most. And so here are four nominees. So my first nominee for the trend of the year was the minor league or other league hats, you know, made. If we look back at the last year, 2022, for the most part, all the caps were made. Majority of the caps were Major League Baseball hats, you know. So this year, that all switched over, you know, and more and more we saw minor league caps showing up and people paying attention to those. AHL caps, you know, then there was NFL, some basketball, you know, like all kinds of other hats, you know. So yeah, that's my first nomination. So the second one would be the script logos. Early this year, that trend fucking kicked off, man. And at the beginning, I couldn't stand it, you know. At the beginning, actually, I liked it. And then it got so overwhelmingly produced, like mass production started happening, you know. So every freaking store was making these hats, you know. All you saw was just script, you know. And some of them looked good, you know, but it got real old with me, you know, quickly. And I just did not like it, you know. But then at the end of the year, you know, I kind of changed my mind, you know, and I started buying into it more and more. So, so yeah, that's my second nomination. You know, is for this under this topic. You know, trend of the year, script logos. My third one is gonna be the velvet material used on hats, and that, for the most part, happened in the second part of the year, more towards the fall. Topper Store USA came out with some hats, you know, and they were really good looking. You know, some people liked it, some didn't. But that was another trend, you know. And then more and more stores started pumping out these velvet material hats too, you know. And then my fourth nomination is a real tree, you know. That pattern, you know, that fabric kind of kicked off too, you know. Pretty much throughout the year, you know, from the summer month, and then kind of more heavily on during the fall season, you know. So that was another one, you know. So the real tree velvet material, script logos, and minor league or other league caps, you know, like in general. And so the Stunner Award, you know, goes to this thing, you know, what I think impacted this year's trends the most. I think this Stunner Award needs to go to the minor league or other league hats in general, because that trend is strong. You see more and more and more people doing minor league caps. They outweigh the major league caps and so on, So yeah, definitely minor leaguers and AHL league, and whatnot, those type of hats showed up more and more, and community appreciated those caps way more, in my opinion, than Major League Baseball. So here's an award, the Stunner Award, to you guys. So yeah, and then the next one, we're going to talk about logos of the year. And again, this is going to be my opinion only. Let's just sip on that champagne a little bit. And these are logos, in my opinion, which I like the most, And the choice of one is gonna be kind of weird, It wasn't used much at all. Actually, was used only one time, in my opinion. What I saw it, and I wish that people, the stores would do it more. And I would really want to see, like, if used from the Walt guys, either it's a Leon or Snap or Topper Store USA or Europe would tackle this guy. So, but the first nominee is going to be Eugene Emeralds. I think that logo, in my opinion, had like a big impact. And I'm talking about the one with the foot, kind of like the E letter, which looks like a foot. That particular logo, had a big impact on me. I think that logo is a top notch, and we kind of need to use it more, like I want to see more variations, and more colorways and whatnot, So then the second one, and I can, let me see if I can find it, is gonna be, let me see where, let me try to find this cap. Let me just get right here. And sorry for my absence, but this one, this camel logo, and this is a Great Lakes, Great Lakes Camels, and now the team is called Great Lakes Loons, so they renamed the team. But this particular logo, is the one I'm talking about. To me, that's one of the nominees for the logo of the year, I really, really like that logo. And then the third nomination is that Las Vegas area 51s, like that alien head. That is my third nomination, under this category, logo of the year. And so the Stunner Award rightfully is gonna go to Area 51 aliens. Like, I fucking love that logo. I wish to see more hats made with that logo. I know that there was like a controversy going on about how some people hooked that logo to totally what was not intended it to be. So that kind of ruins a lot of stuff, for that logo, but still, for me, that logo is my logo and receives the freaking Stunner Award. That logo is brilliant. So Stunner Award goes to that Las Vegas 51's alien head logo. So okay, so that's that. So now we're gonna go down and hand out the Chimney Award. The Chimney Award for the crappiest logo of the year. The logos I did not freaking like, and quite frankly, I can't stand it. And so the first nominee is gonna be Chicago Cubs. I don't even fucking have that logo with me. but it's this. I'll put it. I'll put it in this video. I think in this corner, I'll show you that logo. So if you look at that logo, you know, like I just do not like how it looks. I mean, it looks retarded to me, you know. And then there is this pregnant cub too, you know. You will see that here somewhere too, you know. Those two logos, you know, are my nominees for the crappiest logos of the year. You know, I just do not like them. I did not cop anything with that particular logos, you know. Like I just fucking hate them, you know. You're not gonna have my money to those stores who create the logos, like who create the hats with them logos on. Then this other one, you know, and it kind of died off, you know, but early in the year we still could see this COVID pirate, you know. Like that fucking thing is, you know, you pay me, you know, I won't cop that damn thing, you know. Those are, to me, it reminds me of the very two dark years, you know, 2020, 2021, you know, and then even a little bit of the 2022. I mean, that's such a fucking uh, those are wasted years for me, you know. I do not like to be remembered, you know. Like I don't want to remember those years. I fucking hate them, you know. Like I absolutely hate the logo, and I really do not want to be reminded of those times, you know. So I fucking hate that shit. And then the third nomination are those dripping logos, the jizz logos, you know, including that red sock, you know, that dripping red sock, bloody sock, you know. I think that those logos are just absolute garbage, you know. I just do not like them. I understand about that red sock hat logo, you know, but if you do it once, you know, that's okay. But if everybody starts making that shit, you know, I just don't like it. I think it's kind of disgusting, you know. And then wherever the fuck came all those other dripping logos, you know, like an ECAP City, they're just like a genius of making that shit, you know. I just fucking hate them, you know. I'll tell you what, though. ECAPs were the first ones I saw those dripping logos, and then one of the first ones was that Pittsburgh Pirates logo. You know, that looked somewhat okay for me because the way I looked at it was like that the pirate's head was kind of covered like with the cobwebs, you know, and some shit like that, like a freaking spider webs, you know, and whatnot, you know. So it kind of looked cool, you know. But then more and more started showing up, you know, like in all kinds of different variations, man. It's like literally somebody puked all over them or just jacked off, you know, on them, you know, literally, man. Like, I don't know, like, it's stupid, you know. I fucking do not like that logo, man. So don't use them anymore, you know. It's just fucking, I don't know, man. Some community members liked it, you know, because some of that shit sold out quickly, you know, but I don't know. The fucking Jesus, man, you know, you guys can have that shit, you know, not me. But so my chimney award goes in this case to that damn fucking COVID pirate, you know. I'll rather wear the jizz hat than that damn COVID pirate, you know. I fucking don't own any of them hats, you know. Never will, you know. Throw that shit in the garbage, man, you know. Burn it up, you know. I don't want to see none of them. So here's your chimney award for that COVID pirate. Fucking get the hell out of here, man, you know. Like, I do not like that shit. So, moving on to the next category, and this is gonna be hats I was most excited to land in my collection, you know. So, what I mean by that is like when I saw them hats, I was so freaking excited, you know. I did not want to miss out on them. I was super, super excited, you know. I wanted to get my hands on those hats so bad that I was actually shaking, you know, when I pulled the trigger, you know. And I just prayed and hoped that I can get a hold of somebody or figure out the ways how to get the hats. So the very first nominee is going to be my AFL, Australian Football League, and National Rugby League hats from Australia. So, you know, early in the year, you know, I got I found a new friend, it's Lee in Australia, and we started talking, and as I was browsing around at New Era Australia, website, and then I saw some other caps, and I discovered this sport of Australian football. I looked at their stores and I saw these amazingly looking fitted hats, and I wanted to get my hands on them, and I was so like, I couldn't figure it out how I can get them, because nobody would ship it to me to United States. And then later on I found a way how I could do it, and you can watch, the shows I've posted, throughout the last year about them hats, so and then also, I wandered into the National Rugby League, those teams and hats as well, so I absolutely love them, so yeah, I was super very excited to get those ones in my collection, so that's the nominee number one. The next one was the Shohei Ohtani, that big red sun, rising sun. The white dome, Topper Store USA cap, which was actually the select cap. There were only 32 hats made in this whole fucking world. And I was so afraid that this hat is going to sell out so quickly that I'm not going to be able to land it in my collection. But I was actually able to get one of them, So I was super excited, and I'm so happy to own that hat now, And then the third hat was the Las Vegas Area 51's hat, The black dome was the alien head on it, it was so unique to me, that I really did not want to miss out on it, and I was able to actually cop it. Later on it went to pre-order or whatnot, but at the time I didn't know that that's what's going to happen, so I was super excited to get that hat. So the My Stunner Award, and the hat I was most worried about and the most excited at the same time to land in my collection, this one goes to Shohei Ohtani hat. That hat, some people say that it's kind of dumb, and that the big red circle is too big or whatnot. Guys, that is your opinion. My opinion is that hat is whoever created, and I believe it's Pierre, Pierre together with Pat. It is so genius, and it's so well done. When I held it in my hands, man, I was like, holy shit, man, this is a masterpiece, So, yeah, this award goes to that hat, Absolutely love it, man, Guys, a job well done, So now let's talk about something else. It was a surprise hat of the year. Never expected that the hat will look that great in person. So that's going to be another Stunner Award, and I got 3 nominations, to that category. The first one is the Yard Goat. That velvet Yard Goat from Topper Store USA, the blue hat. Let me show you here. It's right here, actually. This one, that's my first nominee for the category. Then the second one is again the Shohei Ohtani, the red one, the white dome and the big red circle. That's my second nominee. And the third one is the Pittsburgh Pirates Puerto Rico Select hat, I'll show that hat a little later here, or actually I can pull out both of them because they're right here. So I'm talking about this Shohei Ohtani, and then I'm talking about this Select hat, So these are my nominees, and yeah, those 3 cats. And when I received those caps, those 3 caps left the biggest impact on me when I opened the box, and I was like, holy shit, man, I never realized, how great those hats actually are looking, you know. Pictures are one thing, you know, but when you hold that hat in your hands, I mean, it just basically takes your breath away, you know. And so the Stunner Award, you know, in this category, uh, rightfully goes to that yard goat, man, you know. Like that fucking velvet hat, you know, that yard goat. It is so freaking well done, you know. It is an absolute masterpiece, you know. Like you cannot go wrong with this one, you know. Like look how it shines, man, you know. It's a fucking amazing, amazing hat, man, you know. Absolutely love it. So, yeah, when I opened the box, you know, and I saw this one, I was like, holy shit, man, you know. I never realized that the velvet hat can look this royal, so to speak, you know. So, yeah, Topper Store USA and this yard goat, you got another Stunner Award, you know. So, absolutely impressed, 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 impressed. So that was the nominee surprise hat of the year, where I never expected hat to look that great in person. So we're still having fun here. Let's sip on a damn champagne, and hopefully I can still talk. So the next category, disappointment hat of the year, you know, where I got high expectations, but I was not impressed when I received the hat in person, you know. And I actually, let me see, I pulled them aside. So they're here. I got the four hats, and the first hat, you know, I want to nominate, you know, is this Top Restore Eugene Emeralds, you know. I know, some of you will say you're out of your fucking mind, but, you know, I'm not very impressed. I really, I'm not, you know. Somehow this gold, you know, the head of the logo, not the head of the logo, the head of this freaking Sasquatch, you know, or whatever it is, you know, kind of blends in, and I just don't think this is that good of a hat, you know. I mean, it's not a bad hat, but I was not like when I received it, you know, when I held it in my hands, I was like, man, I wish that this was much better, you know, or looking much better. So then the next one was the Fresno Grizzlies, you know, and again, you know, I know the community absolutely loves this hat, you know, and this is a 1.0, this Grizzlies cap. And again, I was not impressed. I'm still not, you know. Like the 5.0, where's that the chrome or whatever, white dome, kind of like with the red Grizzlies on it, you know, they just released it recently. That hat is so much better than this one, you know. I don't know, you know, I'm not impressed, you know, what can I say? And so here we're talking about the Topper Store USA, right? So the fucking trolls who are telling me that I'm sponsored by the Topper Store or whatnot, because that's all I buy. So there you go, man. I can actually be critical about these hats, you know. It's not a bad hat, you know. It's just that I was not, I was expecting something better than this, you know. Again, my opinion only, you know. So rest of it doesn't fucking matter. And then we had this freaking Toronto Marlies cap, you know. You remember this one? Look how big is the hat, you know, and how tiny is this freaking maple leaf on it, you know, and how big is the side patch, you know. I had a show about this one, and I was very super actually disappointed. This came from Anthem Shop, you know. Like fucking, I was like, what the fuck is this? You know, it's like a Canadian goose can poop and make a bigger stain, you know, here than somebody who came up with this. Is just completely fucked up hat, in my opinion, you know. And then the last nominee in this disappointment hat of the year is this Anaheim Angels, this damn suede cap, you know. I fucking hate how it looks, you know. I wish I never bought it, you know. I'll never buy a one suede hat, never, you know. That's all I can say, never again, you know. So so the Chimney Award, you know, from these 4 hats: Eugene Emeralds, Fresno Grizzlies, Toronto Marlies, and Anaheim Angels. 2 hats were so bad, that I had to give these awards to two hats. So my chimney award goes to these 2. I can't tell you which one looks worse. Is it this one or this Angels? Somehow I almost want to say this one. But I don't know. Logo wise, definitely this one. Structure wise, this one. This is fucking awful. But yeah, these 2 hats, both of them receive my chimney award. Like, I fucking don't like these hats. I want to throw them in the trash. But since they're here, like, whatever, I'll keep them. So those are my disappointment hats of the year. So now let's talk about something else, and the next one is gonna be the best online show of the year. What I mean by that is the best shows in YouTube. And so yeah, first nominee is gonna be the Late Night with Pat and Pierre. I love that show. If you guys haven't watched it, it airs now on YouTube I believe, every other Thursday night. The show starts at 9 p.m. Mountain Time, so 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. West Coast. So that show is fucking awesome. I like to see both of them, Pat and Pierre, talking about stuff, and there's Leon as well, moderates the show. I think it's a very good show, one of my favorites. And the next show I put in a nomination for the best online show of the year is Leon in the Lab. Guy started out his own show, and they do all kinds of stuff, create the hats, talk about the hats. Check him out, Leon in the Lab. That's another great hat show, so I highly suggest it. Then the next one is the Views from the Vault Wednesday preview show. That's where Views from the Vault guys, Pierre and Leon and Snap and whoever else, they preview the upcoming drops. So that airs every Wednesday. And I believe show starts here 7:30 Mountain Time, so it would be 9:30 Eastern. So, and then the next one nomination is the Mail Call. That one also falls under the Views from the Vault brand. It started recently. That's Snap's idea. It's a great idea. I absolutely love that show. That's where the community members show their hats to all of us, and yeah, it's great to see what people have in their collections, So I love that one. And then the last show I want to make to the nomination, put on a nomination, is yours truly, the Lost Latvian show. I just had to do it. So I like how consistent I have been. That's probably my best quality. And if you haven't seen my shows and you're the first time here, check me out, The Lost Latvian on YouTube. I have different shows. Just check me out. So and the award, the Stunner Award for the best online show of the year is gonna go from me to the Late Night with Pat and Pierre. That is by far my favorite show. I can't wait to watch it. I watched it yesterday. I freaking fell asleep, halfway in, but I finished watching it this morning. It was a Q&A video. They dropped the hats, during the show and stuff like that. I like that general talk, the general BS, what they do, like talk about the hats, talk about the sports, talk about anything, And it's like a no pressure, no nothing, you know, just very relaxing show. Love to spend time with those two guys, you know, two great minds, you know, who are behind the Topper store, USA and Topper store, Europe, you know. So my Stunner Award goes to them, you know. Love it. Check them out. Views from the vault. And so now we have finally arrived to the hat of the year kind of thing, you know. And when I picked out these hats, I mean, I had a hell of a fucking time, you know. I mean, we looked at all four parts, right? Shit, man. We looked at all four parts. And there were so many hats, you know, and I bought this year. So it's kind of fucking hard, man, you know, to like pick out like top 10, top 20, you know. My initial thought was I'm going to pick out top 25 and show you. So, and as I was picking out all these hats, you know, and then I went to top 30, you know, and then I went beyond that, you know, so I stopped at top 35, you know. And I could have gone easily like top 50, but it would take too much time for me to show it. We're already, this show is going to be kind of longer, you know. So I just narrowed it down to top 35. And so let me set my little cheat sheet somewhere. And I'm going to start grabbing these hats. And I'm not going to rank them, you know. I'm just going to show them. And then we're going to do top 10 plus honorable mention. You know, I'm going to show you those ones which made like the finals, and then we're going to pick out like a top 5. You know, I'm going to rank top 5, or maybe I'm going to rank all the top 10 plus the honorable mention. You know, we'll see when we get there. You know, I haven't thought about it that far, but let's just start looking. You know, and so these ones are my definitely my top 35 hats of this year. And let's start out with this one. So this one is this Great Lakes Camels hat. You know, I absolutely love this logo. It's a minor leaguer, you know. Now they're called Great Lakes Loons. But you know, a little secret, when I was in school, you know, I got a nickname, a camel, you know. And why I got the nickname camel is, like, when I was younger, I liked to spit left and right, you know. I was like a cool kid, you know. And I was just like, you know, poo here, poo there, you know. And so my classmates, you know, started calling me a camel, you know. That all stopped later on, but yeah, so I got a nickname. And I have kind of like a soft heart towards these animals. I really like, you know, these little cute faces. So it kind of stuck with me, you know, my love for the damn camels, you know. So actually, tell you another story. I just read, like, so I browse my Latvian news, you know, every morning. And in Riga Zoo, you know, Riga is our capital city in Latvia. Actually, the caretaker got killed by one of the camels, you know. So how crazy is that? Like the male, the camel male, you know, somehow cornered the guy in, or the female, I don't know, dude. It didn't say like who exactly it was, but he was a caretaker, you know, the camels. Usually you have to like separate them, you know, and then you clean their thing, you know, or whatnot. Somehow he or she didn't do that, and the male camel attacked the person, you know, and actually killed him, so, or her. So that's kind of crazy. But yeah, this is one of the hats, you know, which are falling into my top 35 of the year. So this Great Lakes Camels. So let me just rearrange it a little bit. So I have a place. Oh, my stunner fell down. So I can have a space where to put these hats. Okay. So then the next cap, which also made a cut, was this Philadelphia Phillies, man. You know, I think this is an absolute beautifully done hat. You know, absolutely love it. And like I'm saying, you know, guys, this is in no order. I'm just showing you the caps which made the top 35 of 2023. So then the next cap I really, really admire is this yellow crown. Is this Atlanta Braves. I think this cap is freaking amazing, you know. Absolutely love it. Then we're going on to the next one. Top Store USA is this Scorpions. Beautifully, beautifully done. Vegas Gold, I believe. And then this pewter Scorpion. Freaking awesome cap. The next one making the top 35 is this denim crown with Salia Toros from Topper Store USA. Yeah, this was a sleeper for a long time, and I don't know why community didn't receive this logo or this particular cap as much as some other ones. You know, I think this denim crown kind of scared them away, you know, but I could tell you this much, this fucking is a stunner, man, you know, and definitely deserves the place in the top 35 of the Lost Latvian collection. Then this one, the Yard Goat, I believe this one was, I believe that this is the one what I got the first Pro Image Sports Colorado. I believe this is where it came from. I believe so. Because I got from them and then I got also from Had Dreams, you know. But I think this is the one from Pro Image Sports Colorado. And pardon me if I'm not correct about this one. Then there's this one. Absolutely freaking stunning cap, you know. And River Bandits. Topper Store USA. This cap also made my top 35. And this one came from Clark Street. That was the Baseball World Classic, you know, Team Japan. Absolutely love this guy. Also made the cut. And this next one, I got off the, I paid the resale for this guy. This is my first Chief Wahoo two-tone cap. Absolutely love this one. Then Anthem Shop in Canada came up with this guy. White front panel, a maple leaf, and that Blue Jay side baddie. Also made a cut. Then this one, I believe, actually came from Still Store up in Canada. Just look at this side patch, man. See how it shines? What a contrast, you know, from that freaking first one I showed you from Anthem Shop. So this one made a cut. So then the next one, Prosody. This is a Snaps creation. This Pirates cap. Amazing. Amazing crown. So now let me set these ones away and grab the next ones. So then came this guy. Hat Dreams. This cap also made top 35 list. Then is this Hat Stop up in Seattle area, Seattle, Washington. This Mariners cap. Beauty. The next one, man, it's getting hot in here, man. Shohei Ohtani. Topper Store USA. This cap also deserves to be in my top 35 list, on my top 35 list. Then the next hat, this Super Clean from Hat Dreams. These Washington Nationals. This dude also made my top 35 list. Then there was Lid's Hat Drop. Another Pittsburgh Pirates cap. Absolutely wonderful crown. I also have the same one, Cardinals, you know, which also could make this list, you know. This cap represents both of them. Then, can't remember who came up with this one. Could be the Hat Dreams, or no. Was this Hat Club? Lid's Hat, I can't remember, man. This Marauders. This is a fucking awesome cap. Also made my top 35 list. Then I believe this next one was from Fan Treasures, I believe so. Absolutely freaking love this one. And rightfully, this cap made my top 35 list. Then, here's the next clip. So this cap came from Australia, and this cap represents National Rugby League, Penrith Panthers. This is an absolutely freaking unique cap. I can guarantee you that not a lot of collectors here in the United States have this cap, you know. So yeah, thanks to Lee again for helping me out with the reshipping. Beautifully, beautifully done cap. Love it. Love the logo. And then there is an AFL hat. Australian Football League. This, I believe, is, in my opinion, super clean cap. Melbourne Demons. Love it. Absolutely love that shield. Super cool cap. Then there is a cap from Topper Store USA. The Gwinnett Stripers. A ripstop. Super light summer kind of hat. Love it. Also made the top 35 list. Then early in the year, you know, I got this one from All the Right, I believe. And this is this Milwaukee Brewers cap. Was hooked to Team Belgium. Red Devils. Love this one. And then the last one, before we dive into the top 10 plus honorable mention, is this Anthem Shop creation Buffalo Bison's hat. Hooked to the British racing team Jaguar car, you know, and stuff like that. Absolutely love this one. So yeah, and now finally we have arrived to the heavy hitter kind of clip. And so these caps, and at the beginning, you know, I'm just gonna show them off, all of them, with no particular, you know, in no particular order. And so the clip, let me show you the clip. So these are the best caps I have copped this past year, you know. Absolutely, in my opinion, my best caps. Okay. So, yeah, let's sip a little more on that champagne. Cheers. Oh, that's delicious. And then the cap number one is this Topper Store Select. It has the poly front panel. Rest of it's satin, hooked to a Puerto Rico days. A cap is made like in Puerto Rico flag colors. It says Clemente on the back. 72 caps made worldwide. This was one of the first releases when Topper Store USA opened up one of their first select hats. I got this cap later in the year, you know, when it became available to me. Absolutely love this one. Super good looking cap. And so, guys, yeah, remember, this is my top 10 plus honorable mention. So far in no particular order. The second cap is this Shohei Ohtani, which also made the finals. Another Topper Store USA Select. This is out of 32. Super rare. So 32 caps made worldwide. And I'm one of them who got this cap. That's the nominee number 2. Number 3 is this fucking stunner. Yeah, we talked about it. About this one a little earlier. This Yard Goats velvet cap. So then the next one. This is this Area 51 Aliens. It's actually called the Area 51s. This cap, absolutely love it. Topper Store USA. Then there's another Topper Store USA, Eugene Emeralds. With this stunning logo in like metallics. This is another finalist. Then we got, I think this was Crown Minded, I believe. This awesome looking crown. Chicago Cubs cap. Denim brim. Look at that logo. It looks so fucking good. Totally love it. Then there's a Hat Dreams creation of the Yard Goat. Super beautifully done cap from Hat Dreams. Then Pro Image Sports Colorado. This Rockies cap created by Leon in the lab. This is by far my best Rockies cap, and I live in Denver, so I adore this one. This is fucking awesome. This silver mountain, you know, the silver brim, green under, gold outlines, you know. Whew, man, this is heat. Then the next one, this came out early in the year, and this is a super clean cap from New Era, believe it or not. This was cap of the month at some point. And then the last one, but not the least, actually no, I got one more, is this. Again, Chicago Cubs from Anthem Shop. Absolutely love this one. I believe this also was a cap of the year at one point. And then the last but not least is another cap from New Era. this leather Yankees, you know. This fucking thing costs $135, I believe. But I do not regret one bit that I got it. This is super classy, 100% leather. This is done with taste, you know. I absolutely freaking love it. So, now you have seen 10 hats and one honorable mention. So there they are, once again. And so now, let me look at them, you know, and try to decide how I'm going to do it. Because you guys been waiting for me to probably rank them, you know, and to come to some kind of conclusion which cap would be the cap of the year. And I'm telling you right now, you know, I have not decided yet. I'm going to make that decision live, so to speak, as we're recording, as I'm recording this video. So we're going to start with the honorable mention. So I think I know what's the honorable mention is going to be here. And I gotta give this one the honorable mention to this Yankees cap, you know. I know people fucking did not like, you know, these leather hats that much, you know, and they're like they overcharging, you know, and this and that. And guys, man, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm telling you, man, this is a one classy fucking hat, man, you know. There are just other hats just are a little better in my opinion, just by the looks and shit. Quality wise, this probably is one of the top three, you know, hats of the year. The way it's made, you know, and what the material stands for. So, but yeah, I'm gonna put this one as my honorable mention, you know. It still made the finals. Honorable mention, this New York Yankees cap, you know. So yeah, this is fucking stunner, man. All of these caps are a fucking stunners, man, you know, let me tell you, man, you know. So yeah, none of these ones are just stunners, but the fucking stunners. Okay? Honorable mention, this Yankees. So then next in the 10th place. In the 10th place is gonna be this Cubs hat. This new era's Cubs hat is so freaking clean. You know, I absolutely love it. This is no miss, man. This is a fucking stunner, man. Stunner all day, every day. One of the cleanest hats I've had, you know, purchased. This Cascading Sea. 10th place. In the 9th place, it's already getting fucking hard. How do I go about this? In the 9th place. Well, it's got to be this one. Another Cubs. This is a 9th place. Fucking stunner. In the 8th place. This Colorado Rockies, made by Leon. The 8th place. In the 7th place, Oh, this is getting hard. In the 7th place. Oh, man. Man, I can't tell. God, this sucks, man. 7th place, 7th place. Shit, man. 7th place. This yard goat. Okay. And the 6th place. Wow, in the 6th place, this one. This Topper Store Select. In the 5th place. Man, it's getting tougher, 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 tougher. In the 5th place. This Shohei Ohtani. That's the 5th place. In the 4th place. Area 51. This is my 4th place. And now we're down to top 3. So, here are my top 3 hats of the year. You know, I would not part with any of these ones, you know. Like I wouldn't be able to. These 3 hats are just fucking absolute stunners of the stunners, man, you know. Like, absolutely love it. You know, every single one of them. So these are my top 3. So let's just fucking try our best and narrow it down. I have not made my decision yet. I love every single one of them, you know. One hat, in my opinion, is not that bearable, you know, and that's this one, you know. I mean, this needs to be like locked in a freaking my collection in a display case, you know. You know, that's what the quality of this one is. I don't want to fuck this one up, you know. The other one is just done so freaking well, you know. And then this third one, everything just works. It's so simple, you know. Simple hat, but fucking the way it looks, man. Jesus. So let me think about it for a second. I think I know which one is the cap of the year. I also know that the 3rd place is going to be this one. The number 3, this Chicago Cubs. That is my number 3. So now, cap of the year, we're down to 2 hats. Both of them come from Topper Store USA. Which one do you think? Is it this one? This granddaddy of the all fitted hats released of this year? Or is it this one? This Eugene Emeralds, this simple yet stunning hat? I don't know. I know, actually. So, with that being said, The Stunner Award of 2023 Hat of the Year by The Lost Latvian goes to Eugene Emeralds. This is my hat of the year. Guys, this fucking hat is so amazing. You know, it's so simple. But to me, this one is the most wearable hat, the best looking of all of them. So yeah, guys, this is my hat of the year 2023. This guy is a runner-up. This is the class of its own, man, you know. Like this could easily be cap of the year. Easily. But I'll leave this one as the granddaddy of them all, you know. This cap was just wiser, you know, and it gave the rights to this one to be a winner, because this fucker is a class of its own. This is how well it's done. So yeah, runner up, this fucking yard goat. Cap of the year. And the stunner, the main stunner, goes to this one. 2023 cap of the year, Eugene Emeralds. Love this one, man. Best cap I have copped this year by far. All right, guys. Now, since you know, let's do the ceremony, you know. This was my cap of the year for the last year. These generational legends, Oakland A's, made by Views from the Vault guys, you know, in collaboration with Lid's store, Lid's HD, I believe. So this was my hat of the year, you know, last time. Now let's put this one on. This is my new fucking stunner, man. This is a new hat of the year. So applause go to this creation. And yeah, fucking stunner, man. Stunner award for this guy. Absolutely, 100%. All right, guys, let me keep that hat on. And we got a few more things to talk about, and then we're done. Okay, so have you enjoyed the show so far? I hope you have. So, yeah, a couple more things to talk about. Let me sip on that nice Prosecco. And so what I want to talk about is a few things. What I liked the most of this year and what I did not, you know, of this past year. So what I didn't like about this year was, first of all, me getting sick in January, you know. I've talked about it. I got diagnosed as a type 2 diabetes. You know, it's been a major struggle all year long. I still have a side pain, you know, like my pancreas, something is not really good about it, you know. I just cross my fingers that it's all good. I got to go to the doctor next month. My sugar levels are all right, you know. That's good. Let me check on my battery real quick. But yeah, I just, you know, the year started out kind of rough. And I was not like very pleased with it. It got better though. So then I did not like that, you know, I made some editing mistakes, you know, when I do these shows. Sometimes I'm rushed, you know, to process them, edit them, you know, because I am on a time constraint, so to speak, you know. I got other interests, you know, and other stuff to do, and I only got so much time. So when I really, you know, I try to do my best to put out these shows, and but I was not always impressed how it all came out, my vocabulary mistakes, and shit like that. I don't make these mistakes daily, and I remember, when I started this show, how actually difficult it is to speak in front of this camera, and pretend that you're on the other side, and the more videos I made, the more relaxed I was in front of the camera. I made multiple takes, at the beginning. I could make the whole show of the bloopers, where I get freaking pissed off about that I make these mistakes and I got to redo now, and this and that, and so yeah, man. Sometimes I make these mistakes, so I'm sorry that I do so, and hopefully you guys understand, Then the other thing is like, the more I look back at that my fitted, fiasco, I think I would have handled that whole situation a little bit better. Uh, at the end of the day, they did do right to me, like, so let's get that out of the way. It just took forever, and the responses I was getting, it was just a long conversation, man, and they were just not receptive, and they just basically talked to me like I'm a garbage, I did not like that, but I probably went on a rant in one of my shows for too long, and I just shouldn't have paid too much attention to them people, and just let them be their way. At the end of the day, I got what I needed, I got my money back. But yeah, I think that I should have handled it a little bit better, without paying too much attention to them, because why should they need more attention than they deserve, And also, I had a show about where people were started trolling me, and saying like, "Oh, you don't have that many views, and this and that, and it's because of your English, and this and that." You know what? Somebody told me after I made that show, and somebody told me, you know what? Who gives a fuck, Pat is not a native speaker either, And to be honest, yeah, I mean, English is my third language, I actually know like three languages I know like fine. It's my native Latvian language. Then I was forced to learn, Russian. I can't speak Russian anymore as fluently as I used to, but I understand 100%. I understand it better than English, so to speak, then the third one is English. They also understand quite well Spanish. I can't talk Spanish though, and I also understand some of the German, So that's a lot of fucking in the head, a lot of shit going on, and as I'm getting older or whatnot, or taking these pills, my memory is going to shits, man, and sometimes I can't remember stuff, because like I run a business, too, and there's so much shit going on, and then plus all this is my hobby, and all that kind of crap, I mean, it all comes together, and sometimes it's fucking hard to push myself doing all these things, even if I love them, And then, these trolls come in, and there's this one fucker who always presses the thumbs down button, and I don't give a flying fuck about it. He can press 10 times down, But, there are times when you're like looking at it and you put in so much effort, and then somebody just gotta fucking, do something like that, like I don't give a fuck, but it can creep up on you, like I totally understand when Pierre goes on about it, how people fucking talk shit, if people talk shit about me, what Pierre has to say, I mean, that's totally fucking crazy, man, the amount of people he deals with all these fucking trolls, So my thing is, I honestly should care less what they fucking say or talk or whatever or write or who gives a fuck, So here's to you, guy, So now let's talk what I loved the most, in this past year. So I loved it despite my medical issues and being limited with my finances. I was still able to land this many hats in my collection, How I managed it, I still don't know, it just worked out, you know. At times it was tough, but then things got better, and I got more selective, and so yeah, that it just worked out, when I look back, I'm really, really liking it. Then I also like that how I improved overall quality of my collection, and how I understand, way better my likes and my dislikes as a collector, and as you can see going towards the end of the year, I got way more selective, I copped less caps, but excuse me, they were at the better, was the better quality, so to speak. So I really liked about that I learned, I learned myself, something about myself. What else I liked? I also loved how I was able, to create that silly sticker of my logo, and I mean, it all takes an effort, you still got to order it, you got to pay money, your own cash, and I made this sticker, and I also offered the sticker to anybody who would drop me basically their address, on my Instagram account, and I mailed it out for free. Actually, I still got a couple left, but yeah, I really liked that I was able to do that, and so yeah, I sent out to the guys who cared about my show, and yeah. So then the one other thing. Is that I loved how I was able to come up with an idea and launch that Monday leftover videos. Actually, that show is one of my favorite what I make. I love to talk about the caps. I like to dig through the leftover pile, and see what's good out there, and I hopefully this that show can drag more attention, and it would become actually the help for some collectors. And I know that some of my friends, my online friends, actually copped the caps after watching the show, and they were pleased about it too. So yeah, that's kind of like my little achievement, And then I also loved that I was very consistent throughout the year, I did not skip the beat, creating these videos, and trust me guys, I do not receive any fucking money for it, and since I'm not monetized, I don't have enough followers, I'm only at 433. The first threshold is 500, and the next one is 1,000. Now they could be years, till I reach that number, so I was thinking about it hard, I don't like to ask for money or no nothing like that. This show will always be for free. However, if you guys would like to become the sponsors of the show, you know how I said the show is sponsored by absolutely nobody. That's true. Uh, but if you would like to become the sponsor of my show, and so to speak, buy me a hat, you know. I will drop in this video my link to my PayPal account. And if you would like to make a donation to it, please do it. I would totally appreciate that. Like, again, I do not beg for the money. It's just out there now. If you like my show and you would like to support and become a sponsor of the show, I will definitely do a shout out. I will definitely put your name on the screen, whoever will be the sponsor of the show or whatnot, I can do anything, and I mean, you don't have to donate me thousands of dollars, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you like to donate $1, or whatnot, or 50 cents or whatnot, so there's that PayPal account, and just make sure when you do the donation, put your name down, and in description, just put in your name and maybe the show, you liked it, or put something why you donated this money, or you can just be anonymous, I don't care, but yeah, so there's that, if you want to do it, do it. If not, then that's perfectly fine. Like I said, this show will always be for free, but that's an option till I get monetized or whatnot, so yeah, if you want to become a sponsor, here's my PayPal account, if you want to make a small donation and, so to speak, buy me a hat, please do it. If not, it's perfectly fine. So I'm not begging here. It's just an option. So yeah, so that's that. And then the most important thing, I loved how I have acquired a bunch of online friends because of this show. And I answer every single text message, every single comment, feedback. I love to interact with you guys, I read every single comment, and I write always a few words back to you, and have become friends, big friends with the guy, Lee in Australia, he has helped me out with my AFL hats, and with the AFL jerseys, and stuff like that. I cannot thank that guy enough, Uh, I have ordered actually another set of hats. Some hats are 5 hats already sitting in Australia. I just ordered 8 more. They're heading over to Lee's house, and then we're gonna put the package together, and mail it here, and then Lee's gonna order some caps here, and ship it to my house, and I'll ship it to him, So it's a mutual deal, Like that guy's a fucking legend, man, Lee, here's the award for you, man. You're my fucking best friend, online friend, man. Truly, you're the legend, man, Love you, man, And I really hope that one day I'm going to be able to make down to Australia so we can both. And then the other guy, Paul in Australia, you're another legend, So hopefully one day, yeah, I can go down there and maybe all three of us can hang out and go to the football game, to see the Australian football or the rugby game, man. That would be so fucking awesome, In next 5 years, if I'm still here, and hasn't kicked the bucket, man, we never know. Nobody knows, the future, but let's make that a goal. Next 5 years, I need to make down under, and go to see the Australian football or the rugby game, man. But Lee, this is for you, my friend. So yeah, Lee and Paul in Australia. Then also I gotta mention this guy, John Joe, in United Kingdom, man. You're another legend, man. Love your comments. I absolutely like to interact with you, man. You're the legend, man. Thank you for being a fan of my show and supporter. And another guy, Evan, up in Canada, I believe in Toronto area. We talk quite a bit, and love you, man. I love your feedback. Always, great talk, You're a great sport, man, great collector, man. So, yeah, shout out to you. Another guy, Doug Medina, man, love you, man, as well, We have had nice conversations about the hats, and so, and he's here in the United States, I believe. He's in California, I believe so, on the West Coast. And then there's a guy, great Yankees collector, he's from East Coast, from New York, I believe. His Instagram tag is Mr. Breezy, I believe. I'm spelling it out correctly. I mean, you're another legend. You have a great fucking collection full of stunners, man. I absolutely love your Instagram account, keep up, man, you got some nice collection. So, yeah. And so then the last guy I want to mention, and guys, there are so many guys, man. I cannot name all of you guys, I believe there's a Chris Roberts guy. I believe he's in Germany, I believe so. Or maybe he's a UK guy, him. But then there's this one of my greatest fans, and his Instagram, not an Instagram, but I believe it's his YouTube account or maybe Instagram. It's basically when he leaves a comment, it's at @09LIDDY, @09Liddy. And I freaking, you probably told me your name or whatnot, you frequently, leave these extended feedback, after my videos, man. Love you, man. I love to read your comments. You're the other legend. You're one of the biggest supporters of my channel. Guy, man. Here goes a stunner award for you, man. Absolutely, you deserve it, man. My friend, you're the best, man. I love it. So yeah, you're the greatest supporter. My show, and so there are many other people. So yeah, that's what I liked and didn't like that much about this past year. And then to end the show, here's a little outlook on the channel. I've got some new ideas. How I want to run it from now on in 2024. I do not know if this is all going to play out the way I want it. I do have a real life as well, outside this. But this is how I think, these would be like my goals. The first goal would be keep doing what I'm doing, and improve. Get a better edit on the videos, and stuff like that. That's my goal number one. And then as far as the shows go, and I'll go per day, what my vision is. So on Mondays, you can expect for the Monday leftover show to come out, So not this Monday, like what's gonna come up. So this video is gonna release on Monday. It's gonna be January 1st. Today is January 1st. Let's put it that way, yeah. So, but the next one, next Monday, that's when the first Monday leftover show will come out. I do not think that there is going to be a Saturday show or Wednesday show in that first week of January because I need the time to record videos and start showing the caps, because I got fucking closet full of hats which actually came in still in this last year, but because I was busy with recording all these videos, I was not able to show them all, yeah. So we're gonna have to catch up on it. So then you can expect, yeah, first week is going to be Monday, this video. Then the next Monday, then there's not going to be anything that same week, first week. And then we're going to kick into the regular schedule. So Monday leftover show, it's going to be fitted hat shows, On Tuesdays, what I'm planning to do something completely new. And since I have several interests, and I'm a big freaking foodie, I like to eat, man. I like to taste shit, man. And so I think I want to launch another series, and it's gonna go under my food section. I do not want to create million channels, I want it all to be under one name, but different pages, so to speak. Yeah. So if you guys see some other videos coming out, don't think that I've abandoned the fitted hats. Fuck no, man. That's my number one priority. But these other videos I like to make as well. So on Tuesdays I'm planning to release maybe something called testing my taste buds. Testing my taste buds. So which is gonna be basically a food tasting video where I will each week pick out some food, or whatever it could be, what I have never had in my life, and I will test it out for the first time in front of the camera, so that should be a fun show, if you're interested into it, sometimes, during this year you may see that, So then on Wednesday is going to be reserved for the 5 Minutes of Fame fitted hat show, where I will show the hat if I receive a hat which actually stands out, where I want to showcase that particular cap or caps or whatnot, And it also could be like a sneaker video, on Wednesdays. So that's on Wednesdays. So Thursdays, that's probably going to be very light, but I'm also a big fan of something called Stratomatic Baseball, Stratomatic Games, which is a board game, actually, you know, and you play different kinds of sports, you know, rolling the dice, you know, and stuff like that. I would like to put out maybe a few videos of that. I'm trying to do the second annual Legends game, which I should record on January 1st and then release it sometimes in January. So I will put those videos out there. And then also, if I have any travel photography or whatnot, like a random videos, you know, that could be on Thursdays. Fridays, I have this great idea about making my own podcast, you know. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I still got to buy the equipment for it. My son has it because he has his own podcast. He's actually, you know, kind of abandoned that thing, you know, but at the moment because he's so busy with his life and fire station, you know, his job and whatnot. So I maybe will borrow his equipment and start recording some videos, some shows, some podcasts, you know. But eventually I'm going to get all my own, you know, and that's my goal, to release podcast every Friday, you know. So what the podcast is going to be about, most likely it's not going to be about the hats, you know. What it's going to be, more sports and anything what's going on in this fucking world, you know. I'm very interested, you know. I like to follow things, you know, and I do have my own opinions, you know, and I like to talk to people, you know. That's my main thing, you know, and I believe with me not sitting in front of the camera, you know, will kind of also enable me to speak more freely, you know, where I would make less mistakes talking, you know, because you do get a little nervous in front of this fucking camera, you know. But yeah, you know, I would like to do the podcast, so sports related and shit, what's going on, you know, around the world, you know. So on Fridays, uh, I hope, fingers crossed, that that's going to happen, you know, and I hope that when I do launch it, that you guys going to subscribe to that podcast and spread the word, you know, and hopefully we can make some fun, you know. So then on Saturdays, that's the regular show, you know, that's never going to go away. So the Lost Latvian collections, you know, so where I basically showcase my latest pickups, you know, my fitted hat pickups and whatnot, you know, so that's on Saturdays. Sundays, nothing, man, you know, I do not work on Sundays. Sundays actually is a day when I record Monday leftovers, but I want to keep the Sundays as light as possible, you know, and I don't want to overwhelm anybody with my bullshit either, you know. So yeah, that's the outlook on the channel, you know, and I actually want to unite all this under like the Lost Latvian network, you know, do some little branding, you know, to begin with, and what else in the plans, you know. I'm trying to also wrap my head around and maybe launch my website where I could sell some stuff, you know. That's kind of what my plan is too. Then I will work on some things what I cannot disclose right now at the moment. I want to keep that as a secret. It's gonna be for you guys. Hopefully you'll like it, you know. I'm definitely excited about it. So, but when the right time comes, you know, you'll know all about it. And so, with that being said, yeah, that's gonna be the end of this show. Let me grab that leftovers of this champagne, this prosecco. Guys, I really enjoyed talking to you, making this show, and so yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed the show, man, and stay healthy, and may all of us have a great year ahead of us. May this next year is great, you know, prosperous, but the most importantly, may we all have a great, healthy 2024. So yeah, guys, here's this one for you, my friends, and then my very last award. My very last Stunner Award goes out to every single one of you who have tuned in this year to my show. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, you know. Stay tuned. I'm not going anywhere as long as my health is okay. you know, and I'm kicking, we're gonna have this conversation every fucking week, you know. At least that's my goal, you know. There's a saying, you know, a person may set the goals, but God is the one who will decide if that's gonna happen or not, you know. So everything is the good Lord's hands, you know, and my intent is there. So guys, cheers. This was for you. Good one. Lost Latvian out. Take care and see you all next time. I'll be back.